today I'd like to speak to you about basically contrast the three different types of the seven wonders of the world. What's so wonderful about the seven worlds? Well, there's three different types. The first is the ancient, then the new, and the natural. Well, not yet, just the ancient. The thing about the ancient is that they date back to about 6th century BC. Most of them don't exist today. That's why most of them are sketches, because there's no actual pictures of them. And what we know about them is through tales and literary works, and from that we get an idea of the appearances of how they used to look, and also history, just history through books and stuff. That's how they got an idea of what the actual monuments look like. The Colossus of Rhodes, which is the top one right there, it was brought, for example, sorry, let me start over. For example, the Colossus of Rhodes was brought down to pieces by a massive earthquake, and Pliny of Elder wrote in AD 23, between AD 23 and 79, that few people can make around their arms around the thumb. So from that, they got an idea of what the image actually looked like, and it's thought to believe that the statue stood at 110 feet high. The only one still in existence is the Egypt pyramids, and the three pyramids at Giza made more than 5 million limestone blocks. The largest of the three is known as the Great Pyramid, and it was completed. It took 20 years to complete. And what's truly amazing about these monuments is that they didn't have the technology that we had back then, so it took a lot of effort and time to actually build them. Like the pyramids, it took them 20 years to build one pyramid. Unlike the ancient, the new seven wonders of the world, they were voted on by people on 2007, and over 100 million people voted for them, and these are the top ones, and it was voted on a list of 21 finalists, which included the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower. These were chosen by people all around the world, and as you can see, they represent the globe, the Taj Mahal from India to Machu Picchu in Peru. One of the most famous sites is the Coliseum. That's the Coliseum. The Coliseum we see today is a remain of once technological advanced building. It was in use until 217, when it was damaged by fire and lightning and 4 earthquakes between 1442 and 1349 severely hurt the building, and that's according to the new 7. And so that's why you can see like pieces of it are missing, because there was fires and earthquakes. And last but not least is the 7 natural wonders of the world. These are the ones that occur naturally through Earth's processes, and unlike the ancient and the new, which were all man-made. Angel's Falls is this one, and it's the highest waterfall in the world at 1,002 meters, and it is more than 19 times higher than Niagara Falls. These are not the official ones, these are just the top ranking right now because they're currently being voted on, so if you guys want to go vote for them, you can. And in conclusion, the majority of the ancient 7 no longer accept the pyramids, and the new 7 were all man-made, and the natural 7 occur naturally through the Earth's process. So next time, if you're planning a trip, you want to go visit one of these, and if you want to vote for the natural ones, you can vote for it at new7wonders.com.
So Josh, what did you think?
I thought she projected her voice really well, and she sounded like she was really involved in what she did. Like she was interested in her topic. She's a lot, and I think she could have explained what the natural ones were a little bit more, like the way she went into detail a little bit with the first two. That's it.
Okay. All right, it seemed to me like you just started with your thesis statement, and I think you want to do something that's a little bit more involving and intriguing. This would be a great place for maybe a vivid description, even before you put up the visual image, you know, a vivid description of one of those wonders that's gone. You mentioned the Colossus of Rhodes. Imagine a giant statue spanning the entrance to a port, you know, a statue so large that the average human being couldn't wrap their arms around the thumb. You know, that's the Colossus of Rhodes, a monument that no longer exists, that collapsed years ago. That's one of the original 7 wonders of the world that we know about from history. Today I want to talk to you about, the different 7 wonders of the world, and I want to distinguish for you, that kind of thing. I think that you need something that's more intriguing and pulls us in, as opposed to just, here's my thesis statement. The thesis statement, though, is really good. I like that. It sets up what the content is going to be. There's a good preview of what the structures are. I think that all works well. The visual materials are organized to give us transitions between those points. I think that works pretty well. You don't get bogged down trying to talk about all 7 wonders in each of the categories. I didn't think you'd have time for that, but you did have more time, so there were a few more things I think you needed to talk about. For instance, you gave us a little bit of description about how the stuff in the original 7 wonders had disappeared, how there's only the one that's left, and you gave us a little bit of information about some of that. And then you went to the next one, the contemporary wonders, and you said it was voted on. Okay, well, how was it voted on? I like that idea. Why did they decide to do that? Were there any criteria that were used in deciding that? And then mention, what were the top vote getters? I know what the 7 were that ultimately ended up there. I'm immediately curious what ended up in spot number 8. That kind of thing. I feel a little bit left out because we got Machu Picchu in there, and we've got the Coliseum, and I'm going, don't we get something here? People are always talking about, hey, the new Dallas Stadium. That should be the 7th wonder of the world. Something, I don't, it's a little bit more information on the second 2, I think, is necessary. I thought you did a pretty good job with the first point, the ancient wonders, giving us just enough, and not trying to do all 7 of them. And you need to do the same kind of thing on the second 2. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I did like, by the way, the review at the end. I thought you had a pretty good summary of what you were talking about, too. Thank you much.